Did you know that Mr. Beast began posting videos to YouTube in early 2012 at the age of 13 under the name Mr. Beast 6000? His early content ranged from Let's Plays to videos estimating the wealth of other YouTubers. He went viral in 2017 after his counting to 100,000 video earned tens of thousands of views in just a few days, and he has become increasingly popular ever since.
Did you know that humans are the only animals that enjoy spicy foods? It's an evolutionary mystery that scientists have had trouble explaining. But humans are the only animals who actually enjoy eating spicy food. There does not seem to be any health benefits to eating painful peppers. So the best reason some have suggested is the thrill factor. No different than the fact that we are the only animals that like roller coasters and scary movies. Did you know that your voice can change during pregnancy? That's because hormonal changes can cause your vocal folds to swell. It will mostly likely go back to normal after delivery or breastfeeding. Did you know that 60% of human brain is made of fat? Not only does that make it the fattest organ in the human body, but these fatty acids are crucial for your brain's performance. Make sure you are fueling it appropriately with healthy brain-boosting nutrients. Did you know that coffee can make your diarrhea worse? The caffeine in coffee, tea, soft drinks, and chocolate might make your bowels work faster. Caffeine works as a stimulant in the intestines, making digestion speed up and cause your bowels to empty faster. Even though decaffeinated coffee has less caffeine than regular, decaf may still have enough caffeine to stimulate your bowels. Did you know that it only takes 6 minutes for alcohol to affect your brain? Give yourself 6 minutes and you'll see your favorite alcoholic beverage can go to your head a lot quicker than you think. Researchers at Heidelberg University Hospital found that just 6 minutes after consuming alcohol, changes are already taking place in your brain.
What do you think? How many hamburgers is possible to eat in 3 minutes? If you like this video, please subscribe. Takeru Kobayashi ate 12 hamburgers in 3 minutes on the Italian show La Show their record in 2014. The competitive eater from Japan has also eaten the most hot dogs in 12 minutes. It was 50 hot dogs. Hey, did you know that total casualties for World War II totaled between 50 and 70 million people, 80% of which came from only 4 countries: Russia, China, Germany, and Poland. Over 50% of the casualties were civilians, with the majority of those being women and children. Did you know that there is a meaning behind Pewdiepie? Unlike the name his parents gave him, the name of Felix's channel really doesn't have that much meaning behind it. But it does come with a bit of funny and relatable origin story. In 2006, he created the Pewdiepie channel, but had to make a new channel when he forgot login information. Thus, the great Pewdiepie channel was born. To break it down, Pewdiepie, Pew is to represent the sound a laser makes. Die is what happens when you get a shot by a laser. And pie? Well, Pewds just thought it sounded funny and he'd already start saying it as a bit of a catchphrase while gaming, so why not? Also, who doesn't love pie? Did you know that only 1% of your fart actually smells? Yep, even that little one that no one heard but everyone in the 1000-mile radius smelled. 99% of that fart was odorless gases, like carbon dioxide, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and methane. That leaves 1% of that smelly stuff, hydrogen sulfide. And considering how bad your fart can smell sometimes, just admit it, that hydrogen sulfide is some pretty strong stuff. Did you know what is the most common teenager skin problem? Don't cheat. Stop the video now and comment your answer. Acne is the most common skin problem in teenagers. You know that potato chips cause more weight gain than any other food.
A Harvard University study of more than 120,000 people found that potato chips were to blame for a gain of an average of 1.96 pounds or 770 grams per person over 4 years. Other fatteners: potatoes 1.28 pounds or 580 grams. Sugar sweetened beverages 1 pound or 453 grams. And unprocessed red meats 0.95 pounds or 430 grams. Did you know that Kobe Bryant started playing basketball when he was 3 years old? Being the son of the former NBA player Joya Bryant, he naturally followed in the footsteps of his father. Kobe Bryant started playing when he was only 3 years old, and the Lakers were his favorite team growing up. When he was 6 years old, his father retired from the NBA but moved his family to Italy, so as to continue playing professional basketball. Did you know that Dua Lipa was one of the most streamed female artists on Spotify? At one point, she was the top most streamed female until recently Camila Cabello took the crown. She has 37 million monthly listeners. Ed Sheeran is the most streamed artist with almost 64 million monthly listeners. Did you know that there is a reason why cuddling feels so good? Oxytocin, the so-called love or cuddle hormone, is produced during an embrace or cuddle. Did you know that Jacksepticeye gamed with Ryan Reynolds? As a famous YouTuber, it's no surprise that Jacksepticeye has rubbed shoulders with celebs, no less than Ryan Reynolds in this case. Jacksepticeye played the Deadpool game with Reynolds to help celebrate the release of Deadpool 2. Well, who else would you play Deadpool with? Did you know that the hardest working muscle in your body is your heart? It pumps more than 2,000 gallons of blood a day and beats more than 2.5 billion times in a 70 years lifespan. Okay, heart is the hardest working muscle in your body. Did you know that spending just a few months in Antarctica can shrink your brain? If you ever take a trip to Antarctica, be sure to do as much socializing as you possibly can, and come up with stimulating ways to keep yourself busy. Research published in the New England Journal of Medicine in December 2019 explained that brain imaging in 8 polar expeditioners before and after 14 months of isolation showed that the volume of the hippocampal dentate gyrus was lower than that in controls. IFL Science notes that researchers believe that changes in the brain they observed are the results of environmental monotony and prolonged isolation. Did you know that it's normal to fart 10 to 18 times a day? Incidents of flatulence are embarrassing, at least for some, but farting is completely healthy and the result of harmless bacteria breaking down food in the large intestine. Your colon is filled with bacteria that releases gas as byproduct of digesting the food you eat. Your body absorbs some of it into the bloodstream, which you breathe out through your lungs, and expels the rest out of your other end. It's normal to pass gas anywhere from 10 to 18 times a day.
Did you know that Elon Musk has 8 kids? In 2002, first son named Nevada Alexander Musk was born, but sadly he died of sudden infant death syndrome at only 10 weeks. In April 2004, twin sons Griffin and Xavier Musk born. The boys are now 17. Triplet sons Kai, Saxon, and Damien born in January 2006. The trio are now 16. In May of 2020, son named Xaeaxii born. X is now 1. And in March 2022, first daughter born named Exadark Sidereal. Did you know that it's impossible to hum while holding your nose? You just tested it, didn't you? Normally, when you hum, the air is able to escape through your nose to create the sound, and of course, it can't do that when you're holding it shut. This is one of the weird facts you can test out for yourself. Did you know that astronauts get taller in space? It is a commonly known fact that astronauts living aboard the International Space Station grow up to 3% taller while living in microgravity. They return to their normal height when back on Earth. Which US president had 15 children? John Tyler was the most prolific of all American presidents. He had 15 children and 2 wives. Did you know? that the first commercial passenger flight lasted only 23 minutes? In 1914, Abram Field paid $400 for a 23-minute plane ride. The Florida flight flew between St. Petersburg and Tampa, where only 21 miles of water separate the cities. Field, a former mayor of St. Petersburg, and the pilot, Tony Janus, were the only passengers. This momentous flight paved the way for air travel as we know it. Did you know that humans aren't the only animals that dream? Studies have indicated rats dream about getting to food or running through mazes. Most mammals go through REM sleep, the cycle in which dreams occur, so scientists think there's a good chance they all dream. Did you know that humans are the only animals whose brains shrink as we get older? Our brains tend to shrink and can suffer from cognitive dysfunction like Alzheimer's disease and dementia. But as best researchers can tell, we are the only animals to whom this shrinkage happens. Tests on other animals have found no similar phenomena, even close evolutionary relatives like chimpanzees and rhesus monkeys. Did you know that the circulatory system is more than 60,000 miles long? If a child's entire circulatory system, we're talking veins, arteries, and capillaries, were laid out flat, it would stretch for more than 60,000 miles, according to the Franklin Institute. By the time we reach adulthood, our bodies have become home to approximately 100,000 miles of blood vessels. Did you know that human noses and ears get bigger as we age? It's pretty common to see the claim that our nose and ears are the only parts of our body that keep growing as we age, but that's not exactly true. Our nose and ears stop growing along with the rest of our body, but thanks to the weight of gravity, both parts continue to lengthen over time, according to the Discovery Channel. Did you know that when your leg falls asleep, you need to shake your head? Do you remember that unpleasant feeling when your leg or arm falls asleep? Those terrible pins and needles. But all you can do is just wait until it passes. Next time, try to shake your head during those unpleasant moments. Your muscles will relax, and the pins and needles sensation will pass within a minute.